Hello, everybody. Welcome to Detroit Lions on the Prowl Friday free-for-all Lions talk. Today, we're going to talk about a few things, but first, let me get to my main man, the man of Steele himself, Curt Steele.
What up, dude? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And it's free-for-all Friday free-for-all. You know what it is, baby. You know we live right here in the studio. How we get down. Let's get this thing started.
Right now.
Lego.
Yeah. I was not prepared for that.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep.
Okay, we're back and better than ever. So now we're going to go and bring in the rest of the panel as we go through some of the comments that we missed. Number one today, this is an interesting story. Let's tell a little bit of the story first. This is Martha Vader 69. We'll bring him in. And actually, old friend of mine from work actually knows him. He won the trivia the other day. So he's showing a clip of him winning the trivia question. And then a guy reaches out to me, Spencer reached out to me and said, hey, he was really thrilled about that. He'd love to be on the show. So guess what? Here he is. What's up, man?
What's up, everybody? Yeah, shout out to Spencer for making it happen. But yeah, thanks for having me on.
All right, Mike,
it was fun.
On, man. You say, you know who we got next coming into the building. You know we got to have the queen of the Prowl, our resident Bears fan, and all-around good person, Val Bordeau.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How's it going?
All right. Bonjour, Frenchie. By Mary.
I know we have no French outtakes for this show, so sorry, guys.
I can. Que c'est très intelligent.
Well, I can respond back to you in cuss words in Spanish, but that's...
I said Kurt's very intelligent, which is true. We got somebody else in the back. Kurt, who is that?
All right, we got who he is, man. He is so gangster. He stole somebody's nickname. LL Cool Talk. What's going on, fella?
What's up, y'all? Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah,
Happy
definitely.
Friday. Happy Friday.
It's Friday then. Hey, it's Saturday, Sunday. Hey, shout out to the chat. What's up? Fogle Rackets, The Bread, 313, Rob Swifts in the building, Detroit Fan Man, Big West Kevin, Motor City Royce, what's good? Tristan, what's going on, young fella? Hey, go over and check out my man, Motor City Royce. He has a nice little show over there on Facebook, so he keeps it 100 over there with his content. So, hey, Jim, go ahead and get this thing started, my man.
Let's get it started right now. Jonah Jackson said that he believes this offensive line could be a number one this year in the league. What do you think? We'll start with Val.
Number one? No.
Number one. Numero uno for those Spanish-speaking people out there.
Improved? Yes. But I don't believe it's going to be number one. Not this year.
Not this year. Okay, all right. That's okay. What about you, LL Cool Torrance? What do you think about that offensive line?
Sure, I agree. But more so, I hope that with him saying that he's willing to put in the work, to get to number one. So it's like we're gonna be number one because we about to be number one. So
I'm seeing one Pride 40 saying top five, Big West Kennedy top five. So I think that too. That's kind of my take. I think they're going to be anywhere from top 5 to top 10 this year. I think there may be some growing pains. So I don't know. What do you got, Curt Steele? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's the top 5 offensive line. I believe he believes in the group themselves. So I wouldn't be mad, that he said that they're going to be number one, because you got to believe in yourself, right? If you don't believe it, we say you got to believe it to achieve it. So I think he's setting a goal for him and his offensive line teammates. But, top 5 is good for me. So that means we're being able to run the ball effectively and keep Jared Goff upright.
Cap Ice Cold says, what's good, Prowl fan? Hard work and dedication is here. And Motor City Roars, also known as Tristan. All right, what's up? All right, what do you think there, Martha Vader? I'm going to get it right. Hopefully the whole show.
We'll
see.
That dude, Michael.
I'm just going to call him Darth Vader. No, I'm kidding.
I'll take Darth Vader. I think, yeah, I mean, number one's obviously a little bold. Pro Football Focus has us at 10 going into the season, but I mean, if I have to settle for a top 5, I'll settle for a top 5.
What was that you called them, Curt? It was pro football something.
Pro football farce.
Pro football farce. Yeah. There's a fantasy sports network that had us at number 6 overall.
Yeah,
I thought was pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Pretty
What's good,
darn
Brian?
Good. What's good, man? What's good?
Yeah. Guy says Goff better have a top O line. You know what? He's going to need that to kind of get back to where he was in his heyday at the Rams, because they had a really, really good offensive line when they went to the Super Bowl a few years ago.
Matthew Ferguson in the building. Good morning, Lions fans. We had a good talk on Wednesday for our gold member meeting. Yeah, that was a fun time, man. So, yeah, how's it going, Matthew? All right. Who takes a leap forward this year for you from last year? And who regresses this year for the Lions? And I'm gonna go to Curt first, because Curt's going, No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so I've said this time and time again, he's gonna take another big step forward this year. It's got to be my man, Mr. T.J. Hockenson. That dude has been unguardable. You look at his workouts; he looks even faster and bigger than he did last year. And plus, he got that big flowing mane going on. He kind of look like a lion with the hair flying. So I'm going with T.J. Hockenson as my guy who is going to take a leap forward. Who's going to regress?
Take a step back.
A step back. It's going to be Austin Bryant. He's going to take a step back all the way off the roster. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, I think he took a step back and got injured again.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. He's taking a step back all the way off the roster.
Big West Kennenan says, if Perriman sucks, they just bench him, Rob, and keep him for insurance. Yeah, they are not sold on him whatsoever right now, so I can totally agree with that.
Man, he ain't even the dollar. He ain't even the general insurance. He's the dollar general insurance. You know what I'm saying? He's that definitely. He's the guy you got to get your insurance in the Cayman Islands. I mean,
he's dollar store stock right now. What's going on. But we'll see how he does during the season. LL Cool Torrance, who's your player that's going to break out this year or progress? And then who's your player that's going to regress? I think that's the harder part of the question.
Well, I'm gonna try to stay away from the obvious ones, but I'm gonna say Okudah. I'm gonna say Okudah takes a step forward.
Good.
Hopefully he's healthy. Getting more playing time, getting with those coaches. Aubrey Pleasant and the DC. So hopefully all of that works and regresses. I hope nobody regresses, of course, because we need them to all take a step forward so we can not be what we were last year. But whichever one of the offensive linemen doesn't win the starting spot. So probably Big V or whichever one regress because they won't be playing.
That's actually a really good take. A leap forward, Swift. Step back, Harris. Which Harris? There's 2 Harrises. We got to be more specific, Brian.
Charles Harris, Will Harris.
Will Harris and Charles Harris. So we got 2 Harrises on the team. One's a defensive end, one's a safety. So let's go to Val. Who do you think takes a step forward, and who do you think takes a step back?
Well, I know I'm going to get a little bit of flack for this because we've been picking on him way too much, but I believe that Tavai will actually step forward this year.
Whoa. Very slowly, but he will take a step forward.
I'm working on it, but even if he takes a step forward at halfway through the season, it's an improvement. So he's going to be my pick. He's really trying hard. He's really trying hard right now. So I got to give him. I got to give him.
God bless his soul. He's just trying so hard. Look at that baby. He's trying so hard.
Well, Brian Stover clarified, and he said it's Will Harris. And I'm thinking if Will Harris takes another step back, he'll be in college again.
Who I think takes a step back? Jamie Collins.
Oh, that could be if he decides not to play. That's a good one.
I believe that he doesn't want to play, and I believe that he will.
Man, I'm telling you what's going to happen. They already got it in his contract. I'm telling you, when he took the money back, and he took the little lesser deal. They put it in his contract that for every tackle he makes, he gets a free Tim Hortons coffee. So he's going to play real good this year. I'm telling you. Because he was drinking coffee last year on the field last year. So I'm telling you, he can get them Tim Hortons going to go, and you know what I'm saying, he can get those coupons for Tim Hortons. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he's going to play good this year.
So my step forward was gonna be DeAndre Swift. My step backward just got taken. It's Trey Flowers. He's in a different position. I don't think he's going to be comfortable with it. I think he takes a step back this year if that's possible. What do you think, Marth Vader 69? Sorry, I'm having problems with the name.
That's okay. Yeah, I'll go with one of the obvious ones for the step forward. I'll go with DeAndre Swift. I think he's the guy now. And with kind of the lack of weapons at the receiver position, I think he's almost all we have on the offensive side for the most part. And then as far as regression, I kind of along the same line, I'll go with Romeo Okwara. I struggle with this question a lot, but I think moving to a different position, naturally he's going to be falling back into pass coverage more. So I don't think he'll hit that 10-sack number that he did last year, but he'll still be effective, just not in the same capacity as last year.
Yeah, we got somebody with some really good takes. Kyrie Williams says Jelani Tavai is scared to tackle and he's trash, pretty much.
You know what, though, to Val's credit, there was a report. Now, he did still end up getting burned because he made it a spectacular catch. But Tavai was all over DeAndre Swift the other day in practice doing coverage. And he had to make a diving one-handed catch to really get over the coverage from Tavai. Said Tavai is definitely hey Carla, yeah, Tim Hortons is good coffee. But
put that up there for you.
Tavai has been making some strides there, Val. Yeah, and I'm thinking about ordering some Tim Hortons on Amazon, and then send them to Allen Park. And there's address them to Jamie Collins.
We're all going to show up next week with Tim Hortons coffee on.
We will. Cap, ice cold, step forward, Julian Okwara, step back, Big V. That's interesting. Big V could have a step back. But he has to. Hopefully, he steps back and doesn't injure his foot again. Mm-hmm. So, Trey Flowers a step back. Chops, Julian forward, Flowers back. TJ makes it to elite.
Yeah,
I have a hard time reading this.
Matthew Ferguson says, I'm really hoping we all eat crow with all the players we trash.
Me too, Matthew.
I hope so, definitely. That would definitely be good.
What a good dude.
It probably won't happen, but I would feel good if we all ate crow. You know what?
I would take
my
too.
Crow. I would take my crow with a side of milk. And I don't even drink milk. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
man, we're getting through these questions a little too quickly, I think. Okay, here's the next one. How many of our 2021 draft picks will actually make the team? I think they all will. I'll start it out. I think every single one of them will. I really do. So there, I'm going to go first. We've been making Darth Vader go last the whole time.
Yeah, let him
Mike, what you got?
I'm in the same boat. Like looking at the list, it's almost like I don't know. I don't see one that kind of falls off. They're all playing positions that we need depth at, so I see them all making the team.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Curt?
Yeah, we got to word this off. We just say all of them.
All of them.
All of them. So that's just one word, all of them. I'm looking at those guys.
Brian Stover says Stafford takes a step forward.
Okay, Brian.
We're kind of talking about players on our team. Carla says all will.
Yeah,
One pride. We trash a lot of players. We really do. I know. We want to win so bad.
I mean, it's not that we. And it's all. I think it's all in jest, and I think it's all in fun. And then sometimes it's the eye test. I mean,
gotta have
sometimes
fun.
you like that dude sucks. I mean, you got to call a spade a spade. The dude just sucks. He sucks. I mean, if the guy's good, you can say he's good. But but we had a lot of. But I can't say we can't take it too seriously just because of the fact that we don't know what we're going to have on the field. I mean, it's all just conjecture until we actually get them. I mean, in a really game time situation. Until we get them into camp, we're not gonna even mini camp. It's just shorts and helmets. I mean, it's still. I mean, this is still just a filling out phase, and
Cap Ice Cold's got something really funny here. Step forward, Adams, which is I think it's Jonathan Adams, a wide receiver, and St. Brown. Step back, Green Bay's Adams, and St. Brown.
Wow.
That was a well thought out comment.
I like
right
that.
There. Well
Especially
thought out comment.
If Aaron
Nobody's
Rodgers ain't
mentioned
there,
that.
take a step back. Definitely.
Right. No, yeah, if he ain't there. Nobody's mentioned that we have a new kicker. Thoughts? He can't hit it over 50, so we better be able to make it to the 40-yard line or 40. No, we better make it to the 30.
Well, we got two of them. We got 2 kickers on the roster.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the other one. So, yeah. All right, let's keep going here. What's LL Cool Torrent? What do you think? How many make the roster?
Real quick, are you really a fan of a team if you don't trash the players? But
I think it's a prerequisite. I really do.
Right. I don't. Yeah. But I feel like, if you don't feel passionate enough about your team to say that somebody sucks or is garbage, do you really root for that team?
I like this question. Oh, go ahead.
Well, simple answer to the question. Rolling with my man Curt, and that's why I put in my notes all of them.
All of them. Rob Swift, this is an interesting question because it bothered me too. Is anyone concerned that Coach Campbell doesn't seem concerned about the safety position? Raising my hand, that caught me off guard. I've loved everything Campbell said so far except this comment. Because looking at that safety position, it does not look good to me. And thinking that that's all set, I don't know what that means, but I didn't like it. No, I totally agree with that. Anybody else want to comment on that one?
For me, singing Tracy Walker's praises in that press conference, that really bothered me a little too.
What?
Yeah.
They're talking about, he's going to do great things and all of that other stuff, and he believes in them. And I'm like,
safety on the Bears. He's better than every safety on the Bears.
That's it's still sad. Okay. Still sad.
Sad. All right. So who didn't answer the question about
Val didn't.
Val, you didn't answer the question of how many the Lions. No. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to agree with everybody else and say they all will because the Lions need so much damn help that
Thanks. Bears fan. Yeah. Anyway,
no soup for you.
No Tim Hortons for me.
This is another one. Okay. What player on the offense or defense beside Jared Goff that the Lions cannot afford to lose?
Ooh, that's tough.
Let's go to Val first because I always forget.
I'm probably going to pick a very obvious choice here, Ragnow.
Ooh,
that's mine.
That was not mine, but wow, I like it. Mm-hmm. I like it.
I mean, Ragnow is going to be key.
Yeah, we don't have a backup option at center.
Mine is Tracy Walker. Because what the hell do you do at safety if he's not there? You ain't got much of the as a backup. And since we're set at the position, another one. That's a good one too. LL Cool Torrance, who do you think? Who's that one player that we just couldn't do without besides Jared Goff?
Yeah, I will agree with Val and say Ragnow. But just I guess maybe a different one would be Penei Sewell, because if he go down, I feel like everybody's hopes is just gonna go right down with him. It's gonna be like, oh, here we go. Like we passed up on everybody to get a hurt offensive lineman, and and you know how it's gonna go anyway. So
I got Brian Stover saying Taylor Decker, Big West Kivinen saying Taylor Decker. What say you, Mike? I'm just gonna go with that.
Well, I'd say anyone on the offensive line or Okuda, kind of for the same reasons as Sewell. Like if he goes down, then there goes the hope. I'd hate to see him get labeled as a injury-prone bust or anything like that. So with already having one of the worst secondaries, can't really afford to lose our lone bright spot there.
Kurt, what do you think? Did you go?
I'm gonna go with some of the people in the chat. You know what I'm saying? They said TJ Hawkinson.
I thought about that.
Yeah, gotta lose, man. TJ now I will say this. The big fella Darren Fells, we brought him back. He did pretty good out there at the Texans, but he's not on the level of TJ Hawkinson.
No, that's a good one.
And look at our wide receiver core. TJ Hawkins is probably the number one pass. He's going to be the number one option during pass plays, most likely, especially doing play action. So it's got to be, for me, TJ Hawkinson.
It's interesting. He said Rob Swift goes Taylor Decker and Brockers. I'm not sure about Brockers, though. Because I think that we have quite a few defensive tackles that
Yeah.
are pretty decent.
I mean, and he can still mentor for the
Hawkinson's.
sidelines.
Yeah.
If we lose him, he can still coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From the sidelines.
Yeah, but Hawkinson's one. You really can't. You can't do without. Okay, guys. Here's another one about your concerns about the team. Okay, what position group concerns you the most about this team going forward in 2021?
I'll go last, unless ain't mine for last.
You'll go last. Okay,
I'll go
Val,
last.
you can go first.
Safety.
Okay, and then, yeah,
I mean, it's for me, it's the weakest point of your whole team right now.
Mike.
I was also going to go safety, but just to change it up, I guess I'll go with the receiving core. I think there's a lot of young promise, but there's a lot of you don't really know until you see about on the field actually, playing. So I don't know.
Harpazo Snatch says, have you guys heard anything about Todd Gurley? Yes, he went to visit another team.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think it's who was it?
Yeah, he went to go visit Baltimore. He didn't sign a deal. He left without a deal, but it was.
He left without a deal.
It was
okay.
He visited and left without a deal. He had a lot shorter visit with them than he did with us.
But I think it's the contract. Right now I think the medicals are good enough, but I think it's the contract right there. I do. Because I think he wants a lot more money than teams are willing to give him based on his production. Yeah. He's 9 touchdowns. So he's thinking, okay, I'm going to get a payday. Other teams are looking at his knees and saying, nah, you ain't get a payday, dude. All right. So who hasn't answered?
LL.
LL.
Yep. I say wide receivers, of course, because probably the least amount of experience. When everybody dissing the safeties, even when they've not dissed them, but had not so positive things to say coming from the organization earlier the week. But I don't know. I got a little bit of hope for our safeties. Hopefully Will Harris and was the Melifon. I would like him to play one of the safeties probably, but I think I would say wide receivers because we'll be relying on nobody who's really led who's led a wide receiving room or receiving core before.
Crazy Lions fans agrees with you. One Pride All Day says a wide receivers. Big West Kimmons. He says safety by far. So on the step forward question, step forward Breeze Maben, step back Fox, the punter. Really?
But he gives a reason though.
Yeah.
We won't be punting as much.
Because we won't be punting as much. Well, I don't know. Safety, and more safety. I agree with you, Matthew. Rob says safety for sure. Brian Stover, safety.
Here we go. All right. So you guys ready for this one?
Yep.
It's going to be a little bit off the wall.
No.
It's going to be it is a specific position group, our outside linebackers. And the reason being is that you're trying to convert big defensive ends to outside linebackers. We got Romeo Quar, who is a quote-unquote 4-3 defensive end. Same with Trey Flowers. You're trying to make these guys go out there and play in space. That's an issue for me because of the fact these guys, that's not their natural positions. So that is a thing for me. So the outside linebackers, trying to convert them from a 4-3 defensive end to a 3-4 outside linebacker.
Shout out to our new member, Dominique Davis. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. We really appreciate that.
The human highlight field, Dominique.
All right. Yeah, safety. At least we have Tracy, unless he gets hurt. That was my main thing on that one. Anybody did not answer this question?
No, that was it. I wouldn't lie.
Yeah, and that was it for the questions, I think, too.
Man,
we rolled through them. So we'll just start going on topics. It's no big deal.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll be fine.
Guys, get your questions in the chat. Guys, that's what you want to know.
For Fridays, it's all about you guys.
Alfonso Snatch, he says if Perriman can hang on to the ball, I would say we're not too bad a shape if we give him about a 5 or 6 foot. I can't read the rest of that. Curt, can you help me?
5 or 6 for a wide receiver group. We're not horrible. We're not good. So basically, he's saying we're not great at wide receiver, but we're not we're not horrible, but we're not good. So we're kind of in between You know what I'm saying? Where we have potential, but it's not no one's really stepping up. And what I would say this, and we talked about this last night. Me and my man Shotty J on the Die Hard Den. We were talking about Quintez Cephas and Victor Bolden that really stepped up during the mini camp. So they were some of those guys who definitely make some plays in the mini camp. So they kind of just stepped out and really became I think they're trying to make their mark on this new coaching staff, which is Cephas and Victor Bolden, making some big plays out there in camp. And of course, we already know the one rookie, he's already stood out as well. It's St. Brown. He's doing his thing. But I think that the Lions, they're going to have some. I've said this all along. They have what they want in their receiving core, and they're going to start building with over the next couple of years with who they want. I think the one wide receiver we have on the roster that who they want is St. Brown.
Right. I agree with that. Matthew Ferguson has a question for you, Curt, or something there, or a comment for you.
Okay. Ferguson's comment is their primary responsibility will still be able to hold the edge, Curt, in this system, so not as big of a jump as 4-3 offensive linebacker.
Yeah, so he's just saying he's not going to have to drop back in coverage as much. Here's a question from Rob Swift. How many wide receivers will the Lions keep? I believe the Lions actually keep 5 or 6. And the reason is I don't know where the guy that's going to be returning the kicks is coming from, and some special teamers probably make it too. It's between them and the running back position, how many we keep, and the cornerback as well, depending on who takes over the kickoff return duties.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing good things about Tyrell Williams. Well, that makes one of us.
I'm not hearing nothing bad about him. I just ain't hearing nothing good. You know what I'm saying?
No, he got some touchdowns and stuff like
that. Oh, here's a great question from Dominic Davis.
I'm trying to. Oh, there it is. Okay, go ahead.
Is there any position or position group on the team that you think will be better than others are giving them credit for this year?
Ooh, defensive line.
Safety,
because we're giving no credit whatsoever. That's a good idea. That's good. We got Curt.
For that one, that's a tough one.
It really is.
It's a tough one. Maybe the cornerbacks.
That could be. That really could be, because you could have Okudah step up. You really could.
And then you have Dunbar and a couple other guys, Corn, Elder, Ford. You got some ballers on that side. You know what I'm saying? So, and some big dudes. You know what I'm saying? We got some really, especially the outside corners. We got some really big outside corners right now.
Yeah, we do. Swift and TJ will help the wide receiver core. I think this too, and Jamal Williams as well. Our offensive passing game is not going to rely heavily on the wide receivers, I don't think. I think we're going to have Swift out of the backfield. TJ Hawkinson's going to probably be the number one target on most things. Victor Bolden, we have a camp darling every year, and that's who he is this year. We'll see if he actually makes the team. Cephas, I think I even said Cephas might have a problem making the team, but right now I think he will. And I think St. Brown's the one to watch out of that group right there.
I like Cephas. I think Cephas will have a decent year this year.
If he plays, they will have a decent season this year. We haven't heard from Mike in a while. Okay, so wait a second, just a second. Is Curt or Jim the most worried about if Goff is going to be able to keep them from throwing what? Somebody read that.
Picks. Are you worried about?
Are we worried about him throwing interceptions?
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah. I mean, just as much as I was worried about Stafford, shit.
Let me tell you guys, just so you know, I can read, but I do dim my screen down so that my glasses don't glare and reflect into the screen. So sometimes it's really hard to read it because it's so dim. So that's what's going on.
I'll cover the questions for you.
Yeah, if you could, that'd be great.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys didn't watch the show the other day, I don't know if I'll bring this up to you guys to the panel. You know what I'm saying? Like, is the national media, especially we're talking about the herd and Mr. Colin Cowherd himself, is he just being a jackass, or did he just because he was in love with the Lions when Matthew Stafford was here? But to him to say that ridiculous stuff about like the Lions designed that hat, the Lions did not design that damn hat. New Era designed that hat. I mean, come on now. I mean, like, I like the hat except for if it had the L on it. If it had a D, it would have been fine. But it was every team had their first initial or the first letter of their team on that initial series hat. But I mean, what's going on with Colin Cowherd? I mean, is he just jumping on the Joy Taylor bandwagon, or he just fell out of love with the Lions when Stafford left LL?
I go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I think it's all of that. I think that like myself, I wouldn't be in a rush to disagree with Miss Joy Taylor, but no, I just think that he got to keep his, or have her back. He probably feels like he somehow defended Matt Stafford because now he's not here, and now we'd be able to see that it was the Lions the whole time and all of that stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps it up throughout the season. Like, I think this might be one of his things, because that's what he does. Like, whenever he get to talking bad about LeBron or whoever, it's like that's his, like, he digs at him and tries to poke. So, if he sees that, this is actually getting somewhere, I'm making fun of or talking bad about the Lions, and Lions fans actually talking back, heck yeah, I'm about to do it some more. So, good thing is we have an opportunity to make him shut up.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Mike, what you think?
I kind of think along the same lines of, like, if you're a sports media member and you want to get interaction, you got to go at some of the more passionate fan bases. Like we saw him go after Baker Mayfield and get Browns fans all up in arms, and now he's coming at us, and it's working because it's got us fired up and talking about him. So I think it's just one of those things where he's just looking to stir the pot and get a lot of interaction out of it.
Okay, One Pride 40 has a question. Do you think that we should trade for safety Marcus Williams from the Saints? Depends on what we have to give up.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, that question is kind of loaded. Okay, because you have to look at what are we giving up for him, and plus you still have a couple of free agents still out there. So
right,
if you can get the free agents already out there for a cheaper deal, then not have to give up your draft capital for the for the next year's draft, I would be more inclined to sign a free agent that's out there right now.
Yeah, One Pride 40 has one more question. He said, would you rather have a safety that can pick you off or take your head off? Me, it's pick you off 10 times out of 10. The safety that take your head off might get you some penalties. The safety that's going to pick the ball off creates a turnover and gives you the ball back. Very simple for me.
Mm-hmm.
I want that taking the head off. I'm for all.
Yeah,
damn head off.
Understood that coming from the Bears fans. She's all defense all the time because their offense sucks. Okay,
I'm not gonna argue that.
Val, you got the chat, or Curt, somebody?
Yeah.
Okay,
would anyone be disappointed?
Rob Swift says, would anyone be disappointed if St. Brown, Adams Jr., McKinney, Bolden, and Cephas make the team and the Lions cut Perryman and Williams?
Wouldn't be disappointed if they beat them out. What do you think, Curt?
Nah, hey, I'm good.
What do you think, Mike?
I mean, Perryman, man, that dude, I mean, he couldn't catch a cold, wet, butt naked at the North Pole. I mean, I don't know, man. He got, man, that dude man. He makes Ebron look like a jug machine's giant. I mean, he just can't catch nothing.
Superhero. Hey, Mike, what do you got on this? Do you what would you think?
I mean, yeah, like you said, if they beat them out, then they beat them out. You got to. I mean, competition's competition. They're in their spot. They're in their spot.
LL.
I wouldn't be disappointed, but I wouldn't. Perriman maybe not so much, but I like Terrell Williams, man. Like I do like him. He injuries or whatnot, of course, but aside of that, he's solid. Like he can actually play. So if he wouldn't be here for anything other than an injury, I guess I would feel it. That's my disappointment there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Somebody want to read that comment?
Yeah, Dominic Davis says can't take Cowherd seriously because he thinks quarterbacks are the only player on the field that affects wins and losses. Quarterback wins are not a stat. This is not a true stat. Quarterback wins is not a stat. And this is coming from the same guy who said that Vince Young I'll say it over. I'll preach it over and over again. He said Vince Young was trying to be like Tim Tebow. Boy, you know, Vince Young had retired from the NFL when Tim Tebow was playing in the NFL. Man, get out of here.
This is funny, Val. You want to read this one? It's at you.
They won't need to take heads off because they'll be biting kneecaps. We'll take it all.
What's up, Dr.
Pepperoni?
What's up, Dr. Pepperoni? He said, what's up? Austin Bryant.
Yes or no?
I say
Man,
yes.
hell yeah, he's gone.
He's gone now, so I don't know.
Yeah, man, that dude been a milk carton guy since he's been in the Motor City, man. We've been looking for that dude for 3 years, man. I'm just saying, man. I'm saying he got to be a witness protection because ain't nobody find his ass. He's never in the building.
114 carries for Swift last year, but remember he was injured last year too, so that could have played a part in that as well.
And plus, he had for some reason they had Adrian Peterson starting in front of him, and Adrian Peterson said he should have been starting a long time ago.
Right.
I like this comment from Cap Ice Cold. That's what gets me is how many fans are screaming and getting mad because we haven't picked up certain free agents, but we got to remember no other teams have picked them either. So that's got to tell you something.
Not necessarily.
It's price. A lot of it's price.
And situation. A lot of them wait until, certain injuries or, a price tag or a situation opens up. So
yeah, some of those guys aren't actively shopping themselves. They're just kind of sitting back waiting for the right opportunity to come along. There'll be some of those guys who would look for opportunities probably right before camp or maybe after the camp cuts. So you'll see some guys kind of make some moves during that time period. So it's still June. We haven't even hit training camp yet.
I know. Hey, we're just excited that we have a new regime and it looks like, I don't know, for me, it just looks like something different. So I think that we're all excited because it's not Matt Patricia again this year. How do you think they'll use the fullbacks? I think they're going to block, and I think they're going to leak out and catch the ball.
Yeah, we only got one. He'll be blocking and maybe catch a ball here or there, but Jessica Bendo is the only one on the roster now. Nick Baldwin got cut, so Ooh, okay, go back one. The Anzalone one. Don't be surprised if Anzalone is in the starting lineup. I picked him to be a starter, so I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Cassandra Braden says, when Val speaks, it startles me a little bit because I'm listening to it on my AirPods and she's significantly louder than everyone else. I had to adjust my volume.
Man, that's that Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That is loud.
They loud in Chicago. We just loud. Okay,
it's all the wind. It's all the wind coming off Lake Michigan, blowing in their ears, so they have to talk loud anyway.
yeah.
And we all deaf. Okay.
Yeah, they all deaf.
It's hotter than Dan Campbell outside.
That's funny. Yeah, I've seen that. Crazy Lions fan, #one pride all day. It's hotter than Dan Campbell outside. Dan Campbell.
Hey, Dan Campbell's got a look, man. If you look at it, TJ Hawkinson is copying his look, man. He's got the facial hair now. He's got the long hair. He looks like Dan Campbell side by side when he played tight end for the Lions. They're looking similar. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just taking on that persona.
Rob Swift, I think, is Kurt's burner account over here. So,
I like the Lions go get Trey Boston. I said Trey Boston a while ago. He played every game the last 2 years. I watched Trey Boston down here in Carolina, so because if I can't get anytime I didn't have the DirecTV thing going on, I definitely had to watch the Panthers, and he's been playing solid down here in Carolina for the last couple of years.
Yeah, Big West Given and Perriman has lots of skill, but I question his effort and execution. I just question his hands.
His hands.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, either they made of butter or bricks. So either way, they can't catch.
Neither one helps a whole lot.
Yeah.
Val, better that you're a Bears fan than a Packers fan, at least. Well, we have Old Timer Dave in here every once in a while.
Yeah.
He's a Packers fan.
But I love Old Timer Dave.
Old Timer Dave is the best, man.
But unfortunately for me, I end up having a daughter who's a Packers fan, so there's my punishment for that. But anyway.
Yeah.
It is sad. It is sad. Let's see. So 1,000 yards on the season for TJ. I could see TJ getting 1,000 yards and Swift as well.
Yeah, definitely.
If he starts out hot, they said they're going to feed the hot hand. We'll see how it goes. I think he's having a breakout season.
One Prime 40 says, would you be surprised if Anzalone got a second contract? Not if he plays hard and competes.
For Thor or I'm just kidding.
Jay Bob? No, maybe.
Trey Boston or Malik Hooker. I've said on this show every single week that every team needs a hooker. So I think that Malik Hooker would be a cheap deal. He's pretty good too. I like Trey Boston though.
He's a cheap hooker.
He's a cheap hooker. How do we get out of this?
You gotta have protection when you're with some cheap hookers. All right,
for real. Glad we got that great O line. Anyway,
definitely good protection for those guys. All right, TJ Hawkinson over or under 1,000 yards. I say over.
I say over as well.
Over.
I think he's going to be the main target.
He's going to be the main target. You got it. Okay, Big Hawk is the illegitimate love child of MCDC and an actual life.
I gotta say this. F the Packers. Yes, sir.
You always say that here on this program.
FTP.
How many 100-yard games? This is a good one. Rob Swift. How many 100-yard games for Swift this year, guys? What do you think, Mike?
If you set the over under at like 7.5, I'd probably take the over.
Really?
That's a good answer.
Wow. LL Cool?
I'm gonna say you said 100-yard games.
100-yard
total,
games.
like rushing yards, or
yes.
No, how many games he goes over 100 yards?
For
rushing. Got 17 games, man.
I say 9.
Say 9.
We got Curt.
I'm gonna take the middle of those two. I'm gonna go 8.
Okay, Val.
I'm gonna go 5.
I'm at 7. So there we are. That was a good question. Rob Swift with Curt's burner account. No, I'm just kidding. Somebody just left.
Oh, it was Mike. All right.
Yeah, he had to work. That's right.
Oh, hashtag? Do you think Green Bay fans will want to take a toaster bath when Rodgers?
Toaster bath.
Toaster bath.
Wow.
Oh man.
Toaster in the bath and fry yourself and kill yourself.
I live near some Packers fans down here in North Carolina. You know, being in the military and stuff, people move around and you get fans from everywhere. The Packers fans that I know, they are all kind of like old timer Dave. Like, it's just he'll be there. I'm not worried about it. He'll be there. You know what I'm saying? Just worry about your own team. That's their kind of district.
Yeah, they ain't worried about it. I ain't even worried about it. Rodgers ain't leaving.
Oh, this is a good question, guys. Who has the most touchdowns this year? Swift, Williams, TJ, or one of the receivers?
That's easy. That's an easy.
I think it's easy too. I got DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift. He go on there rocking it down at the goal line. What
do you got, Mike?
Yeah, probably go Swift as well. I will say, I mean, TJ is about all you got in the red zone. Yeah. So,
but I think Swift just makes it happen. Yeah. They hand the ball off in that offensive line. Yeah, I think he's going to have a lot of touchdowns this year.
I'm going to give it to TJ.
You're going to give it to TJ. Hello, Cool Torrance. What do you got?
I'm gonna go Swift just because of running a receiver.
Yeah, I think because he catches too. So that's what I thought. Lions hopefully beat the teams in our league.
All the teams in our league.
In our division, in our division.
And in the entire league. So we're going 17-0.
Nah.
Oh, guess who we got? We got Luke G in the building. What's up, Luke?
Goodness gracious. It's the catch-up man himself, Mr. Luke G himself.
We
and the one in the trunk.
We team mustard over here. Listen, I had every intention of being on the show with you guys, and I ended up getting something that would work at the last minute, and I was like, y'all just don't like me on Fridays. I'm starting to realize it. I had to come in here and speak to everybody. I see Vale's in the building. I'm trying to listen to y'all in the earbud on my ear and do my job. And it was just like, yo, I just want to go home today.
I hear you, man. You sound like you're in the trunk, though.
Do it.
Hey,
You sound like you're back.
Okay, I gotta try to figure it out.
All right. How many 100-yard games for Jamal Williams? Huh?
A little bit better.
It's better.
Is that better?
Okay. A little bit.
A little
How
bit.
many 100-yard games for Jamal Williams? 3.
3. Okay.
I'd
What do you think, Curt?
3.
I'll go 4 or 5.
4 or 5, Val?
I'm going to agree with Curt.
4
I mean, not Curt, with Luke.
Mike?
3 or 4.
3 or 4. LL Cool. Torrance, what do you think about this one?
I'm going to say 2.
2. Ooh, that's really low. I think Jamal Williams is going to get the ball a little more than people think.
I don't. Never mind.
Oh, go ahead.
Not because I'm hoping that. Well, maybe. So I'll say 3.
Hey, Val, what do you think about the Bears getting Justin Fields from one
Man, how many
priority?
times you answered this question on this show?
Lots.
They got another quarterback. Until he proves himself, he's just another quarterback.
I've heard he's doing really good in camp, though.
True, which they all do.
Yeah.
We all
Well,
practice.
except for Austin Bryant.
You don't know how many times a week Bears fans say we had a great practice, okay? Because
Probably, yeah, just as much as Lions fans. So,
Val, are the Bears ready to get swept? You know, it's so funny because there was so much trash talk about the Bears last year about how bad they stunk, and we still slid right past your asses. So good luck with that.
Val, do you think Pace and Nagy get fired this year?
Pace, no. Nagy, he's on the hot seat.
okay.
I think Pace is setting Nagy up. Pace is setting Nagy up.
You don't think
It's a similar situation to what happened with Quintricia here. So Pace is basically now set up Nagy to take the fall. So if Nagy doesn't produce,
the bag man.
he will be the first to go.
Cap Ice Cold says,
Phil,
what's
you
good,
don't think
Luke?
Pace is fired?
Nope. Absolutely
Seriously,
no.
I think Pace is done.
Nope. He won. If all the draft picks that he selected this year work out well, he's kept his job.
So but he hired Nagy though.
True, but Nagy will be the first to go.
Okay. Oh, Phil, we need to talk more about that.
He
Yeah,
should come on with you sometime, man.
Pace has survived a lot of shit he should have already been fired for. Okay.
But that's why I think he's fired this season, because I'm like, he's already survived a lot of stuff as it is, and then once they get swept by the Lions, it's gonna get even worse.
Well, I don't think they give a shit anyway. I don't think the ownership gives a shit anyway because they're trying to sell the team and get rid of Soldier Field. So they don't care about Pace.
What?
They
Wait a minute.
love
You can't just walk past that, Val. What you ain't gonna do is walk past that comment. What? They trying to sell the team.
What?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're talking about selling the team.
Yes.
They are.
Really?
Yep.
And getting rid of Soldier Field and moving it out of Chicago into Arlington Heights.
Yep.
Wow.
But see, what they're trying to do is they're trying to find a way to get a new stadium that's more state of the art, and they trying to do something that's going to be where they got a roof that you can open it and close it, and they just doing too much, in my opinion. And if you're paying attention to what they're doing, they're doing the things that other teams did. Like when the Lions moved, we was happy they moved from Pontiac to Detroit, because you can't be
Not
part
all
of
of
the
us.
Detroit Lions in Pontiac.
Not all of us.
Nah.
Oh, you're closer to that way.
I'm in Pontiac.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think a lot of what's that? Santa Clara right there where San Francisco play. They don't even play in San Francisco. They play in another city. There's a lot of teams like that, like the Washington football team. They play in Maryland. So I mean, like I get it with that trying to get a new stadium. But I thought they just redid Soldier Field a couple of years ago.
No, it's beyond repair at this point. I mean, they did some patch up work to it basically, but no, it's beyond.
They're trying to get a modern stadium.
Yeah, they want to be able to have it. Well, we also have the smallest stadium in the NFL as well.
That's very true. And plus, it just goes with the amount of fans it's built for the fans there in Chicago. So if you guys have 11,000 fans, that's what you got. So
I'll tell you this much. Okay, if this is just my personal dream and wish and prayer, I pray they get that new stadium, and I pray that it's a dome, because playing outside in Illinois is a different beast.
Oh yeah, that win.
Minnesota too. I'm glad they got an indoor stadium.
Okay, Luke. So let me talk to you about a Chicago Bears fan in the middle of winter. Half of them are half naked out there in the middle of the snow in the blizzard.
Alcohol make you do crazy things.
Mm-hmm. Job says thoughts on jersey numbers. I think he might be talking about the, maybe Jamie Collins going to 8 and giving Penei Sewell 58 and all that stuff. Any thoughts on that, guys, about the jersey numbers?
I hate the new system.
I don't
knew
mind
it was
at
coming.
all. Whatever.
I don't mind the new system.
Nah, I don't. Hell, give a player whatever number he wants to put on. I mean, it is what it is.
At first, I hated it, but it seemed like the players really like it. So
they really like it. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, it's dope. Go ahead.
Could you imagine Aaron Donald with number 1?
I can.
Who?
Oh, that sounds so disgusting. That 9-9 just perfect.
Right. No, but
but if he wants to wear 1,
yeah, why not?
Oh, I can't stand it. I'm old school. I can't stand it. I hate.
I'm with you, but
too. I'm like change sometimes.
Well, the old school was they wore whatever number they wanted to wear in the first place. Bobby Lane wore 22.
Yeah, old school.
Well, the old school wasn't that they wore whatever number they wanted. They still had certain number. They just didn't have it that structured. The problem became where people complained about, how do you identify people when they can switch jerseys? They was doing stuff in the middle of the game, like halftime, taking somebody out of a jersey and put them in another one. So they made it to where you couldn't do that, and you had to keep certain numbers, and they try to put more structure on it because people was doing it for advantage. You got a receiver that's getting beat up at the line of scrimmage back in the day. Well, let's put them in number 14 because they think number 14 is not playing, and we'll put them out there. So that stuff was really happening.
Yeah.
Shout out to John Kapler in the chat. What happens to a Mack truck when he crashes into a wall? He gets Sewelled. Funny. I like that comment. I'll have a game in a college stadium. The Lions at the Big House would be sweet. Depending on what type of year it is, yeah, it might be.
Yeah, I mean, like 100,000. You know what I'm saying, at the Lions game. I don't think the Lions could fill Michigan Stadium.
That would be dope. I think they could, but I don't think U of M will want them there.
Hell no.
I wouldn't want to see them at the Big House. I don't think
that's a party guy.
No, that's just because it doesn't make sense for them to be there. Like it's
almost true. It's almost like the NHL when they're doing those outdoor stadium type things,
yeah. But that's a whole different sport, though. They're playing.
But it's a classic type thing, something you don't see every day. If they played it like that once every couple of years, maybe 5 years, something like that, I could go for that. Just maybe once in early September. We're not going to go crazy and put that in December.
Well, I feel like if you go to the University of Michigan to do it, and let's say they do it one time a year where it's like some type of classic and they're playing in that stadium.
Or a different stadium every year.
Right, but you're losing an advantage. See, people like the Lions Stadium because it's indoors. It's not cold as hell outside. If that game is in the wintertime, who wants to be outside with that?
Nobody. And that's why you schedule that game early.
Right.
You schedule that in December.
You mean making that outside game, you know what I'm saying? Cap Ice Cold says, with this O-line, every time we're on the field with 1 yard to go, do you think there is a time we don't make a first down or a touchdown?
There's always going to be a play that breaks down.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
Bad handoff, something. Yeah, I think so.
Bruce Butterly says Briggs Fields, 1957.
Woo. I don't know anything about that. Wasn't there in 1957, so I'm old, but I ain't that old.
I know he took us way back. I'm trying to think what was popular in 1957.
It wasn't
Not
me.
because I wouldn't even thought about
Chevys.
Chevy's still popular.
Yeah.
All right. By the way, Curt, sorry, what's they say? Sorry to change the subject, but nice. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's that what is that? The Armed Forces Day cap. You know, I always support my military people when they come up with the military gear. So I got their the Tigers new not Memorial Day. I'm sorry, Armed Forces Day cap. You know, I got to support the troops.
Oh, listen to this question. Dominic Davis, love you, but this is crazy. Lions should play a game in Canada to increase the fan base. That would decrease the fan base because ain't nobody showing up in Canada.
Right. You have any idea how long it takes you to get across the
No, I mean, I'm not trying to diss you, but it's cold, man.
West Coast does this, and they get a pretty good turnout every year.
Who does it?
The Bills. The
Buffalo?
Bills used to play a game up in Canada.
In Toronto or something like that, right?
They would play.
Okay, I guess if it's like that, it might be okay. I'm just thinking of cold and freezing people and stuff.
I was just thinking about trying to get through customs. Hell, it takes me forever.
Yeah.
I just want to get get through there.
If it was back in the day, yeah, I can see that. But with the border laws and everything, yeah, it'd be kind of hard. Well, it can't be no harder than playing.
Here's a question for you, Luke.
Right. They play in London every year, so
that makes sense. Okay, maybe I'm okay with that. Luke, so what player on the Lions will other teams fear in 2021?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That's a good answer.
I really believe he's finna cause damage because he's going to be put in a position similar to Juju Smith-Schuster. See, people forget when Juju Smith-Schuster got there and took over. He had the benefit of having Antonio Brown, right? But Antonio Brown was hurt. And so they had those other dudes on the outside. I can't think of their names right now. And they would let him play the inside, and he would kill him. And this guy has a similar skill set, which ironically, I think they went to the same school. And so you're talking about went to the same school, similar skill set. I expect him to be a terror to people on offense. On defense, I think the one people are going to fear on defense, in all honesty, is going to be Barnes. I just feel like they about to unleash him and have him blitzing nuts, like having him just go 100% full fledged. Yeah, it's because you can send him from anywhere, inside, outside. It doesn't matter.
John Martin says, "Hey, I live in Toronto. I'm sorry, man. You know what? I gotta apologize. I get what you're saying, but I mean, I was just thinking because I hate cold, man, and I don't know why I'm in Michigan, but I hate the cold. I don't know.
Schedule it early.
And if they have a dome up there, I'm good with that. Let's go that way.
Man. I love
Dominic Davis, play it early, not between November and January. Got you, man. I get it.
But see, they couldn't do it early. They still, to me, to play it early in Toronto. To me, if you play it early in Toronto, if I'm not mistaken, that's like peak time for people who travel to Niagara Falls and other destinations in Canada. So
we could grow the fan base that way.
But we already got a lot of Canadians on the Lions fan base.
Yeah, we do. So TJ Hawkinson on offense. I thought about that one too. Barnes and Levi Onwuzurike on defense. So I agree with that.
TJ can't be. You tell you why he can't be the one they fear? Because they already know about him. See, when you know about somebody, you already know to be aware of them.
No, wait. No, I disagree with you here. Okay, everybody knew Barry Sanders, but they damn well feared him.
Here's the thing, though. The thing is once we get to a certain point, they knew Barry, but they just basically said, hey, let's stop Barry. Now you got to ask yourself, because of TJ Hawkinson, because of DeAndre Swift, because you got a better offensive line, who's the guy that they're going to put most of their attention on? Well, the guy they're going to look at is TJ Hawkinson. They're going to look at those people. So who's the guy that they should be fearing that they're not going to be paying attention to? It's Amon-Ra, because he's going to be the benefactor of all the pressure going towards the tight end in the run game because of that line. That's all I'm pointing out. I could be wrong.
No, I get you, but I'm just saying when you say someone that they fear, Calvin Johnson comes to mind. You know, they already knew Calvin Johnson, but they feared him for sure.
Right, but if you look at most of the receivers who played with Calvin Johnson, they had some of their best years with Calvin Johnson and Stafford because the attention was on Calvin. See, like when I know about you, I already know about you. I'm aware of you, right?
Right.
But it's the unknown that throws you off.
Unknown.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd like this question here. Is anybody having concerns with players making mistakes in OTAs or a mandatory practice? Hell no.
No, that's when you do that.
Wait, that's when you're supposed to make.
That's where you get the mistakes up.
That's
like,
exactly
that's what you're working on right
in
there.
Practice in OTAs.
That's like asking me, am I concerned about, hard braking in an empty parking lot? That's where I was practicing at, to learn how to drive. Now, if I'm hard braking and I don't know how to stop or turn corners on the street, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
See, when it counts is when it matters. But what's in practice, the key part is just the practice. You know how many shots Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant missed in practice to get it right in the game?
Yep.
No, it's practice. Not the game, practice.
Right. It's just practice. Michael Connor, second time he's asked this question. Odds Randall comes out of the sidelines and out of retirement is 0. Absolutely zero.
Yeah. If we got to call him up, just go ahead and pack everybody else's stuff. Just go ahead
and in
pack
the chat,
it all up.
In the chat, sometimes it's difficult because we're all kind of talking about a topic, and then the chat goes so quick and sometimes we can't get to those questions. So we're sorry about that. We're going to go to our final thoughts. The hour is up, unfortunately, for Free For All Friday or Friday Free For All, whichever you want to call it. It's fine for me. But let's go to Val, the queen of the Prowl, for her final thoughts for today.
My final thoughts are basically, just you guys just enjoy the journey right now. Let's see how everything unfolds. Try not to put so much pressure on it and just relax and have some fun like Campbell and everybody's doing right now. And, when it becomes game time, then we can all smack talk and trash each other and have a good time with that. But for now, hey, let's let the players develop and be what they are and, just focus on getting to football season.
Who's partying if Aaron Rodgers retires? Everybody on the panel, I think.
I'm not.
You're not. Luke, you always got to be difficult. Always.
I'm not even trying to. I'm just asking. This is my thing. What better way than to set the standard and let the world know we here than to beat their favorite quarterback and just do it in a convincing way? If we beat the Packers bad and Aaron Rodgers ain't on there, it's going to be another excuse handed out by the media. Oh, you beat an Aaron Rodgers Packers team.
I feel you though, but he's got to go someday, and why not today? I don't even mind.
We beat Aaron Rodgers before.
Yeah, we beat Aaron Rodgers.
Everybody's beat Aaron Rodgers at least once before.
So anyway, LL Cool Torrance, what are your final thoughts for today?
Final thoughts. Just to jump back to that question. I'm hoping, just because one of the guys I heard about, it was a Tampa Bay center. I can't think of his name, but it was some list that came out a few years ago, and it was like nastiest players or something like that. And he was real high on that list. And he was, they center, and he gets a lot of respect. So I'm hoping that hopefully Sewell is our most favorite player, because that means we're doing a whole lot of things right. But just happy Friday to everybody, of course. Thank you guys for having me on. Thanks everybody for that's on with me. If you guys out there, just because I mentioned it earlier and everybody gave me the same face, so you probably will too. Google IFM Sports Radio. I'll be coming over there pretty soon. The Overtime Sports Radio show. So I never done sports radio, so I'm looking forward to the opportunity. I'm excited, and hopefully, some of you guys on the panel or anybody in the chat, if you guys are looking to be a part or a guest or anything like that, I am welcoming everybody to come on at some point. I'll be taking call-ins and things like that, so please keep your eyes out for things like that. And happy weekend, or have a great weekend, and happy Friday.
What's your YouTube channel, man?
YouTube channel is WTMN TV.
There we go.
And the sports show is Overtime Sports Show.
There you go. Got to get the plugs in, man. We got to get them in. Absolutely. All right, Mike, what's your final thoughts for today, man? First time on the panel. Thank you for being here, bud.
Oh, I appreciate you guys having me on. It was a lot of fun. Thoughts about this upcoming season. I mean, I know the outlook might not be the best wins and loss-wise, but I think we should still enjoy the process, enjoy the new regime. There's a lot of youth, a lot of reason to be excited. So I think we should just focus on the positives and just go from there.
Facts. Facts. Preaching out here in this church.
Yeah, I'm my final thoughts for today. I'm very excited about the season coming up, even though I don't think it's going to be a great season, but I want to see all these players, how they fit, the schemes, how the coaches are, everything, I'm looking so forward, even preseason. So, I'm looking forward to this year, but I'm really looking forward to the next couple of years. I think we're really going to break out and be something. So we'll see how it goes. Luke, what are your final thoughts for today?
Hey, sorry I was late. Trying to get this money. But my final thoughts is this, man. It's Friday. The weekend is coming up. You hear. I said this a couple of days ago. If you're having a bad day today, just remember that up until this point in your life, you have 100% approval rate for survival. Every bad day you've had, you've survived. Every terrible moment you've had, you survived. And every moment is going to come after that. You'll survive that too. And when you're batting 1,000 like that, all you can do is just be thankful and happy that you are able to continue to survive. So enjoy today. Go out and find something cool to do. Get your favorite meal and just have a little fun. And don't take life so serious. You need to laugh sometime. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as I always say, don't be no chump. Please do your research.
Motor City Roars, your YouTube channel is Motor City Roars. So put that out there. And welcome, Dr. Detroit. Catch us at the end. No, I know you got a lot of work to do, bro. Yeah. So that's okay. All right. So, Curt, what are your final thoughts? And take us home for today's show.
Okay. My final thoughts for today is to whoever you are who posted that comment about my man, Jim Bordeaux, my co-host, being racially biased against players, shame on you. Shame on you.
What?
Because you don't know Jim's heart. Shame on you. Shame on you. That is not who Jim Bordeaux is, and that's never who he's been. He has a bias against bad players, but not a racial bias against players. Not gonna happen. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna sit by and let you try to say that about my boy. Ain't gonna happen.
Wait, when did that happen?
I didn't even hear about this one.
It was this morning. I got this comment about that, and I talked to Curt about it because it kind of bothered me a bit. So
how the hell can you have any? You know what? I'm gonna get a prototypical response. If Jim is racist, I'm racist. That's his bullshit. That's what it boils down to. Let's keep it about football. Take y'all personal feelings out of it and stuff. If you having a hard time picking up your feelings, I can help you. Jim may not get rude with you, but I will, because there's a line in the sand that needs to be drawn. Yep. And to sit there and say that there is a racial bias when it comes to players, I never knew that racism was so selective. It's only in sports. He gonna have OMG is Lions Talk, aka Mike, on the show. So coach is not African American, so because that wouldn't be it, right? And I guess Curt not African American. You know what I mean? People that have come on to that show, Lomas Brown, Herman Moore, and now he's supposed to be racially biased towards athletes. The level of disgust that I have right now can lead to a 20-minute rant, but this ain't my channel. What I will say is this: if you believe that about him, then believe it.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Yeah. To finish out, you know what I'm saying? Like this shame on you. You don't know Jim Bordeaux. If you think that is what Jim Bordeaux is, you don't know anything about him, and you don't know anything about the show because you basically don't watch it, because there's plenty of times that he's ripped players of all ethnic backgrounds. If he has a bias against bad players, not a racial bias against black players if they're not playing well. And so don't come here with that, because we don't have the time for that negativity. With that being said, you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And it's Friday, people. It's free for all Friday. It's Friday, then hey, it's Saturday, Sunday. What? Enjoy your weekend, people. Go out there, have some good time, enjoy your family, be with the people that you love. If you want to get some Lions gear, thanks for the comment about the hat. I got it at fanatics.com, and the link in the description. That's exactly where I bought it. So if you want to get some Lions gear, some Tigers gear, go over to fanatics.com, and the link, a portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content on this channel. And you can check us out over on bellyupsports.com. They got a ton of content over there. So go over there and check us out and a bunch of different things over there on bellyupsports.com. And as always, please, whatever you do in life, you know what you got to do, baby. You got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For the panel, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.